takes. What the hell was that, Pete? Okay. I hope. Oh, there's like video clips from other podcasts on the. Okay. Anywho, here we go. In three, two, one. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Make Me a Nerd. I'm Mandy Kaplan, a mainstream mom whose mission it is to explore the world of nerd culture that I've been missing out on and afraid of my whole life. Now, sometimes nerd culture crosses over into the mainstream big time, and I remember the phenomenon of Twilight. And that was not nerdy to love Twilight, it was everyone who loved Twilight. I read the book and I think I saw the movie for like a book club. I read the book and I liked it, but I never got into it. So I want to know why someone, an adult male with children, with a child in his 40s, would be absolutely obsessed with Twilight. And with me to share just that is my friend, Ben Raffle. I'm going to read Ben Raffle's bio before he says hello. He is a student of most things nerd, an avid Star Trek expert, gamer, and voracious reader of science fiction and fantasy. Currently, Ben is shopping his first completed novel, book one in a series about teenage Jewish superheroes, and he moonlights as a software sales executive at a major accounting firm. Welcome to Make Me a Nerd, Ben Raffle. Hi.
Hi, Mandy. Thank you so much for having me. Excited to be here and excited to talk about Twilight. Always down to talk about Twilight.
Yes. Briefly, let's talk about writing a novel. What an extraordinary accomplishment. And where does it stand?
So, I've been writing kind of forever and, written some garbage, written some less smelly garbage, but this is the first real moment where I've created something and I'm ready for the world to really read it. Right. And currently, trying to shop it around, doing that whole fun song and dance to try to get somebody to help me get it out there for the masses to read. And, at the end of the day, I really just want people to read this story. That's really what it comes
Absolutely.
down to.
Absolutely. So is self-publishing an option, or are you hoping to get published first? Or
I'm fine with however it gets out there. Honestly, I kind of have a not chill job, and I have a 4-year-old who likes hanging out with me, so that's cool. So,
Mhm.
I don't know how full-time job I can get trying to shop the book,
Yeah.
but hopefully finding someone to help me do that. And worst case scenario, I'll send you a PDF. You can tell me how you like it. At the end of
Well,
the day,
that's
I
best
really
case scenario for me.
want to
But
read it.
when
Yeah.
it's available to the world, come back and tell us all about it on this podcast,
Yeah,
please.
happy to. And then maybe some person will talk about it and say, we got to talk about Return of the Maccabees, which is the name of the book. And then I won't be here. I'll pretend not to have heard it, try to be humble, as it were.
Yes.
Yeah.
Excellent. So I find it interesting that of all the things you are nerdy about, which include Star Trek and other nerdtastic things, when I said, "Hey, I know you're a nerd, you want to be on the podcast," you said, "Can I do Twilight?" It was pretty immediate. What do you love
Yeah.
about Twilight?
Well, the breadth of things that have been covered by your podcast, I feel like everybody's got it covered. You have the comic book guys, you got the Dungeons and Dragons chicks, you've got everybody kind of handling it. I just didn't know if there was somebody who could tackle this properly. And I felt like I might as well just nip that in the bud before that got out of hand, you know?
I I so appreciate it, and I am branching out from things that are strictly nerd culture
Mm.
to things that people are nerdy about, and this qualifies in spades. I mean, people went ballistic for the Twilight series and Team Jacob and Team Edward, and there was merch and there was cons, and I mean, it's
Lunacy.
such
It was lunacy.
yeah. So what
Mhm.
was your introduction to it? Did you read the book?
Oh, I read all 4 books over the course of like a 2.5 week period. I disappeared. I was
And
gone.
How
And
old were you?
I, well, this was in 2011, 2010, 2000. When did so I read the books right after the second movie came out, and I had to look on the interwebs to find out when that was because it's been maybe 12 years. It was 2013 that this happened, maybe a little bit earlier. And I read my sister gave me the books and said, "You have to read this." Huge vampire fan, love Buffy the Vampire Slayer. True Blood, I could do a rant about why I think that's just fine, but I've read all the Anne Rice books. I like vampires.
Okay.
So this obviously technically qualifies as vampires. So she gives me the first Twilight book, and straight up, maybe 18 days later, I'm done with all four books in time for the third movie to come out, Eclipse, right? And at
Okay.
that point, they're already on the DVD. This is obviously pre-streaming back in
Yeah.
the interesting days. Watch the first two movies. Fantastic. It's not fantastic, but
Mhm.
love every
Right.
second of it. It's just it's just good vampire trash garbage. You know?
Great. Okay. I didn't know if you were approaching it as it is, revolutionary literature and this is one of the finest films ever made. I didn't know where you stood. How many times have you read the books and how many times do you think you've seen this movie? Let's focus on the first one.
So let's focus on the first one. So I've read the books, I'm going to be honest, one time. I read
Okay.
them all just once. I
Thank you
feel
for
like
your
that's
honesty, Ben Raffle.
feel
Thank
like
you.
that's enough.
Yeah.
I don't think you need a reread of. I have read the Da Vinci Code 4 times, but that's the Da Vinci Code, right?
Mhm.
But I saw the movies. I don't want to lie to you or the fans of this show. I've watched the first Twilight and all the movies so many times I can't even count. Love those movies. So good. Just garbage in the best possible way. They're
Great.
fantastic.
Great.
Yeah.
I remember a time when the Twilight movies had come out. If you went into a Barnes and Noble, every book was a Twilight knockoff, right? I mean, everything looked like Twilight. It's happening right now with Fourth Wing, where
Yeah.
every novel that's coming out is trying to get you to think, "Oh, this is just like Fourth Wing, I'll buy it." And I can't tell you how many times I held those books in my hand and thought, "How do you get away with this? You changed a few letters and it's, you know, but good for Stephanie Meyer who wrote the books, and this was a cultural phenomenon.
Yeah. Absolutely.
So the first line of this movie, I'm gonna do an interpretive read.
I can't wait. Let's hear it.
"I've never given much thought to how I would die." That's her first line in voiceover. Now and then she continues, "But dying in the place of someone I love seems like a good way to go." I gotta tell you, Ben Raffle, you don't know me that well. When people start off with, "I never thought about how I would die," I'm usually like, "I'm out. I'm done. I don't wanna watch a movie about someone facing death, like, I
So
can't do it." But really not what the movie's about at all.
Not even a little bit.
Yeah.
It's just, it's so heavy handed. It's so over dramatic. It's so just needlessly, it's just so intense and it doesn't need to be because I,
Angsty. It's
and
angsty. It's like
it's just,
oozing angst
oh,
out of the screen.
it's so good. And it's not like this is the first time anybody's done that. This has happened many times before. And I mean, another weird thing. I also love chick lit. I'm a huge fan of it. And you
Oh, okay.
see this in chick lit all the time. It's just, it's like a trashy beach read.
Mhm.
There was one of my favorite books is a book about it's like a medieval kind of fantasy world. And then this evil ice witch casts, a la Frozen, but from the 80s, casts a spell upon the land and only love can break the curse. What precedes is this knight and this chick that is been cursed by this ice queen, and the more they fall in love, which actually is very graphic love, the more the ice thaws. Love stuff
Uh-huh.
like that. So this has been
Okay.
going on for a long time,
Yeah.
but the fact that no one ever read that stuff is really good. Not a lot of people should read these books. That it was one of the worst books I've ever read, cover to cover, over the course of 2 days. But Twilight, when that's the first line in the book, by the way,
It
that
is.
exact same line,
Okay.
and it is just so. It's a representative of how obnoxious this character is and the way it's portrayed. It's so good. It's just, it's
But
fantastic.
but it is so smart because it hooks you,
Hmm.
right? This beautiful, young, innocent girl says that, and you're like, well, I gotta know what's gonna happen. How do we
Yeah,
get there? I have to know. It's such smart foreshadowing or gimmick, whatever you want to call it. Good on Stephanie Meyer's for it. It's
yeah,
smart.
yeah.
Um,
Agreed.
and then so she goes to stay with her dad in Forks, Washington.
Yes.
And I went on the Forks website. I'm sure you have done this as a fan.
Forks.com, .gov. I'm assuming
I
something
don't
like that.
I don't know that the website
Something.
uh,
Sure.
URL. However, it's like places to stay, places to eat, Twilight, and
So good.
most of the town is just all about Twilight. It's it, it's amazing. It put it on the map. Um, it seems like the only reason to visit there, and they showed these pictures of these depressing little cafes that are in the movie that are still in Forks.
So
And
it's incredible.
I imagine superfans make pilgrimages to Forks.
I will never do that.
Okay.
Ever. See, I'm not that kind of fan. That's the weirdest part is I could never in a million years justify a trip to Forks, Washington to go look at Twilight stuff. You
Yeah, I
know?
wasn't going to ask you to go on a road
Yeah.
trip with me,
I
Ben.
mean,
Don't
we
worry about it.
could. We could totally do it. Yeah, I'm not gonna say no. If you want to go, I'm
You
in.
you
Let's
just
just
said you would
go.
never do it.
I mean, do you want to? Because I mean, I'm not gonna go by myself, but I mean,
Those waterfalls
you're
are
down.
beautiful.
You know, they're beautiful, and apparently it's the coldest, wettest place in the continental United States, as Edward says.
Yes,
Probably like 10 times.
appropriate for
You
a family of vampires.
that glow in the sunlight. I don't know if I'm getting ahead, but that's the best place for it, I would say.
Yep. As if glowing in the sunlight is so terrible. Anyway, uh,
Skin of a killer, Mandy. Okay, the skin
so
of a killer.
Bella goes to school and she meets Anna Kendrick's Stacy, right?
Yes.
And this was before Anna Kendrick was Anna Kendrick. So it's fun to
Yeah.
see her just playing typical high school teenage girl with no storyline of her own. Uh, and then the Cullens, this family of hot, sexy vampire teens, comes
Hmm.
in, and the movie goes into slow mo. And Edwards, the first time we see him, Pete, please put the pic up. The first time we see him is clearly trying to make Robert Pattinson the next James Dean,
Oh yeah.
which I don't think he is.
I don't. I mean, he's not. It's. He is very handsome based on the surrounding environment that
Mhm.
he's in. But you put him in Los Angeles, I'd say he's like an LA 8.5, 9, maybe 9.5,
Yeah,
comparatively to James Dean, I get what they were trying to do. It was a
yeah.
swing and a miss. But that is not to say that in the town of Forks at that high school, I'd say he's top notch.
All the Cullens are.
You know?
I personally was a little hot for Jasper. He was
Okay,
moody in a weird,
so
hunky
it's
way.
it's so funny that you say that because I know we're going to get on the topic of Team Edward versus Team Jacob. Jasper is my favorite character in the
Really?
whole franchise. He's the best one out of all of them.
Does he have
Love
more
that
to
guy.
do in the future? Because he didn't do that
Oh,
much in this one.
he doesn't do anything, but in the books he does, and in
Uh-huh.
the other films he is instrumental. And
Okay.
I got a tasty rant on Jasper Whitlock later if you are so inclined, but he's my favorite. Love
Oh,
Jasper.
great.
Does not get enough play. Who gets too much play, I would say, is Emmett, who I love. But, that guy can't, he's not a great actor.
Is that Kellen Lutz?
That's Kellen Lutz. Like, he's not,
Okay.
I wouldn't give him like an Oscar worthy role to play, but
He does
You know,
nothing in this movie either.
yeah,
This is
I
so
think
focused
yeah,
on
it's so great.
Edward.
It is. And in the books, it's very focused on him because it's all Kristen Stewart. I'm no, it's sorry, Bella. She's just the character. It's all Bella's point of view,
Right.
but I feel like the movie kind of just really just zeroes in completely on her and Edward. And the books are very, very like close enough, but I feel like so much of it is just centered on those two because I feel like it has to be because everybody they're just I don't know what else they would have done other than that, you know?
Yeah. Well, let's get into Team Edward versus Team Jacob because Jacob is pretty negligible in this movie. I'm
Hmm.
assuming in the second one and third one, it becomes that he's, you know, a more uh, appealing character for her and she's torn between them.
Yeah. Well, I mean, so there's a little behind the scenes goss on Taylor Lautner. So he's not really in the first book either, but he is central to the remainder of the series. And they
Okay.
actually weren't going to cast him in the role because he was super skinny. So I think, his agent knew that and his managers knew that. So they put him in a gym, tell him to gain like 60 pounds of muscle,
Oh my.
and basically said, if you don't do this, they're going to recast you in the sequels because you're not buff enough to have your shirt off and
Uh-huh.
be a beefcake, right? I
Uh-huh.
wouldn't call him a beefcake, but apparently that's what he wanted to be.
Okay.
And basically, he got recast as the role because he just bulked up, and he is actually very important in the rest of the series. It's a very I think that because Kristen Stewart is at the talent level that she is, creating a love triangle between the three of them, I feel like, Edward and Jacob felt way more involved than
Mm-hmm.
she was. She was really all about just Edward and
Oh,
fully
okay.
hands on the other
Or
guy.
no, you
You
mean
know?
the character. Bella was just about Edward.
Yeah,
But but
completely.
you know, Jacob seems like a good guy. He's looking to protect her. He's like the boring nice guy that she should end up with. If you're a parent or a reasonable person, you don't want the teenage girl running off with the bad boy who keeps putting her life in harm's way.
And keeps telling her that he wants to murder her as well.
Yeah. So when she meets Edward, they sit next to each other in biology class, and he keeps throwing up in his mouth, trying
So
to.
good.
It's so gross. He can't even look at her. I I think there had to be a sexier way to achieve that feeling because he doesn't want to murder her and he can't read her thoughts, so she stresses him out. But what it
Yeah.
comes across, what Robert Pattinson is doing is like looking nauseated the whole time.
It also kind of looks like he pooped. When I first saw the movie, I was like, "Oh, did he poop his pants?" It looked like that's what happened, and he was
That
just really
didn't happen
embarrassed
in the
about
book.
it. I was like, "Oh my god, he totally pooped his pants." But it's so the way it was executed is,
Mhm,
like later on, he talks about the fact that she just smells so delicious,
mhm.
and it's so weird the way that he portrayed it because it does feel I just don't know understand the choice
It's
in that
off-putting.
particular scene. I get what he was trying to do, but you know swing
Yeah,
and a miss, I think, but also
that's 2 swings and 2 misses for the record, for
yeah,
anybody
I
keeping
mean,
score.
yeah. And honestly, I feel like in this there's about a 7,500 of them, so I
Oh,
hope that you know I think but who cares? That's the whole point of Twilight, is none of it is great, but it
right.
is so good, you know
I
and that's
mean,
the whole point of it.
people love Sour Patch Kids, but they're not good food, but you
Yeah.
wanna eat a whole ton of them, and, I
Yeah.
w so back to Team Edward and Team Jacob, how did all of that start culturally? Like, who started making
Yeah.
these T-shirts and insisting
Yeah.
you had to be on a side? Do you know?
I mean, I think America kind of makes you be on a side. I really feel like there's no situation where you're not allowed to pick a team, I would say. But this particular situation where, I do question, obviously I am not the target demographic for Twilight in any way, as you
Right?
know. Um, but if I'm a teenage girl or an angsty girl trying to figure out who you want to pick, and it's that description. As a mother, I want my daughter to be with the dude who's not going to try to murder her. I think
Mhm,
she should be with the one who's going to save her.
mhm.
And then I also just feel like it's to get crass about it, whether you like white dudes or ethnic dudes. And then it's kind of like a roundabout just preference of what kind of man you like based on looks. I personally, as a non-demographic, Twilight fan, really just think that it has to do with who you're attracted to physically. That's it. I don't think it has anything to do with what kind of character they are. I think he is cuter than this one.
I disagree, and
You
here's why.
really
I think it was probably
love
the
that.
studio that came up with
Mhm,
the marketing campaign of Team Edward, Team Jacob. I think it
mhm.
probably happened in the second film. I'm guessing because
Yeah,
it's not a love triangle in the first film at all.
it was when Jacob's shirt came off is when that started happening, I would say.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
And I do think, I mean, it's this age old, anything we watch, we wanted Diane to be with Sam, not with Frasier, because
yeah,
Frasier was like the normal boring guy, and she ended up with Sam. And I think that it's I I think we're all coming at it with our own perspectives and who we are, and are you a person who likes adventure and flying through the woods on your boyfriend's back about to die, or do you want the neighbor kid who's gonna, you know, fix stuff around your house and take good care of you? And
and love your mother and yeah, all that stuff.
probably as we get older, we're all, I would hope now that you have a daughter, you'd be more team Jacob. I don't think it has to do with looks. I mean, obviously they're both good-looking guys, but
Mhm.
I I I think it really has to do with all of the character traits and what we want for Bella. We're all supposed to love Bella and want her to be okay.
Yeah. Do you think it's a combination of both of them? Do you think that there's like a subconscious just combining of those two things that make it kind of just a whole situation where you have to pick one side? Because I feel like you do have to pick one,
And so who
even
do you
though
pick?
I'm Team Jasper. I'm fully Team Jasper.
Wow. But he doesn't get involved romantically with Bella,
He
does
doesn't
he?
get romantically involved
Oh,
with anybody except Alice, the weirdo who
his
can see into
sister.
the future, his
Yeah.
sister, that they're
Yeah.
together. They're
Yeah.
like together.
Yes.
I'm fully Team Jasper, but that's
No, but that's
more
a cop-out
for
answer,
different
Ben.
reasons.
I'm forcing you to pick Team Jacob or Team Edward.
Oh, so gun to the head. This is not the
Yeah.
first time that this happened. Also, I'm gonna be honest. I'm going Team Edward, and it has only to do with the fact that I just feel like, you know, I just I really would prefer to be a vampire than a werewolf.
Okay.
That's
And he
really
can
it.
play the piano. That is very appealing.
And as a, really aspiring, garbage, terrible piano player, that's appealing to me. I also love the idea that you don't have to sleep. You're just up all
Yeah.
night,
Well,
every
she
night.
would still have to sleep, but
Yeah, well,
I
yeah,
am Team Jacob. I want the guy
interesting.
who is gonna loan me his flannel when I'm chilly, and
Yeah,
he's gonna be able to fix my car, and
yeah,
he's always there and solid. He seems solid. Team
yeah.
Jacob.
And he's got
And
a
a
cool chin, you know?
very cool, very good looking.
Yeah.
About Taylor Lautner, he has said that he feels badly for being cast as Native American when he isn't, and that now he would not do that.
Yeah. I
It
mean,
was a different time,
it
but
was.
I
Yes.
think he has come out and said the correct things about
Yeah.
it was a different time, but now that's not cool. And it's hard to believe that he's all sorts of what, Dutch and French and Irish. He's not. I mean,
He's a white
he's an
dude
American
with a
actor,
nice
but
hand. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah. He's a white dude with a
Yeah.
tan. There it is.
Yeah. Yeah.
When Okay, so back to the plot now that I know we're on opposite teams. I don't want this to come to blows, Ben. I want
You
this to
know,
be peaceful.
in movie three, it might. Maybe
Oh,
in movie four and five. Oh, so good. To be
oh,
continued. But
okay.
yes, now that we know.
So Edward's all kinds of weird to her, and she says, I'm going to confront him and ask him what his problem is with me. Would
Can
you
you
have done
think
that
of
in high
can
school?
you can you think of any more teenage girl thing to do to a boy that's being mean to you? I mean, because I have two sisters. I have an older sister and a younger sister. So, I mean, it's such a that is a very accurate thing. I'm gonna tell him that I'm gonna give him a piece of my mind. I mean, and my older sister wouldn't do that. My younger sister would. She is a little chihuahua, so she would yell at him and say, "Hey, you were mean to me and pooped your pants in front of me in class. What gives, Edward?" She'd say it just like that, probably.
I would have gone to the principal.
Would you really?
Yeah, I would never confront somebody,
Interesting.
but boys were mean to me in Hebrew school, and I went to the principal, and she said, "It's because they all like you. Boys will be boys."
Man, that was,
Thanks, Mrs. Goodman.
that is the let's cast the white guy as a Native American good old days.
Different times.
Different, it was different time, you know. Like,
Uh,
but yeah,
Random thought here. Pete, if you
yeah.
could put up the picture of the teacher, please. How
Oh,
is this
that guy.
not Tony Shalhoub?
So it's not Tony Shalhoub, technically.
Is it? It's
I
not.
mean, it's
I mean, I had to look it up
it's
4
not Tony
times
Shalhoub. No.
because I kept going
So
back and forth.
he is he is a character actor. He does a lot of bit parts on Star Trek. He's been in a couple B plus sci-fi movies. When I say B plus, movies that have a slightly larger budget than a B movie.
Okay.
He isn't Tony Shalhoub though. But if he could be cast as Tony Shalhoub's brother
Yes.
in a
It's
thing,
crazy.
yeah,
And he
but it's not
doesn't
him.
have much of a part so in the beginning I was like, "Oh, Tony Shalhoub, oh, he's gonna have a nice big part. Maybe he gets a big death scene." And then he disappeared
Not
and I
Tony
thought,
Shalhoub.
"That was weird. Why did Tony Shalhoub disappear? Not Tony Shalhoub." And if I were a nice person, I would
Yeah,
tell everyone what this guy's name is, and I will before the end of the podcast.
yeah. I don't think
But
they
we
could
should
afford Tony Shalhoub in this
No,
movie.
this is
It was
so low
super low
budget,
budget.
which
Super
I
low budget.
love that they achieved what they
Yeah,
did. But
yeah,
that's the beauty of Catherine Hardwicke. She
yeah,
was an interesting choice of as a director for this because she had come off of 13, which was indie, dark,
yeah.
emotional, gut-wrenching. I love that movie. And then she goes to do Twilight.
I
It
mean,
it was such an
yeah.
interesting choice.
Well, I mean, I think it's so angsty and moody and so young adult that the way that she made this movie, it's cringy, the whole environment, including the blue filter that if you take it away, it turns it into like a VH1 after school special from the 90s.
Wait,
I
you're talking
truly
about the
believe,
movie looking so blue?
yeah, I feel like if you removed that filter, it would look like one of those really silly movies from the 90s, like an after school special about
Pete,
how
could you put
not
up that picture? Sorry, Pete, I have that blue filter picture,
you
just for the
do.
record. Go for it, put
Yeah,
it up. Thank you. Okay.
yeah. So it would look like a after school special about how to choose a man who wouldn't try to kill you and how to choose better friends if there was that blue filter. But what it does, it just the whole environment feels angsty. And I think she did such a good job
Okay.
adapting this not great book because it's just a young adult Danielle Steele
Yes.
fair like
Right.
fantasy book,
Yes.
and it's before the Court of Throne of Roses, before Fourth Wing. Like Twilight is a pervasive romantasy before romantasy was a buzzword because that
Yes.
stuff's always been around, but it never had millions and millions of people talking
Right.
about it. There were only
Right.
weirdos like me and actually my wife. or we're the only ones that read that trash before this, you
Okay.
know?
Well,
So,
but you've been bad mouthing the movie, which if you said Catherine Hardwicke what didn't do a good job, I would have taken up with you because I think she elevated it. It is
oh,
essentially
yeah,
90210 meets Interview with a Vampire, and it's this fun
100%.
mashup. But she's a filmmaker. She's not a movie director who just wants to get the story across as cleanly and colorfully as she can. So this has a real mood and ambiance, and I thought she really elevated it. I thought it was an interesting choice and the right choice, you
Yeah.
know?
And I mean, for me, I mean, when it comes, I make fun of Twilight like I think everybody should. I think it's a very rich subject to make fun of. But at the end of the day, I mean, if you're gonna do it, it was done right. If you're gonna adapt a book like this, she set the tone because she only did the first one,
Oh, okay.
and and then she didn't direct any of the other ones.
Because they were
But
much higher budget, I read.
yes, they were. And they could afford more, but it all had the same tone. It had the same funny blue filter, and the same screenwriter wrote the scripts for every one of the five movies. It's the
Okay.
same person. So I think that, yes, it was, if you're going to adapt a book like Twilight, that is just technically a young adult beach read, I think she no, that is definitely knocked it out of the park. So we're strike two, home run on this one. If you are keeping score, Mandy, on this one.
Okay.
Hmm.
Uh, I want to say the actor is Jose Zuniga.
Oh
That
yeah.
looks like Tony Shalhoub. And I want to say I watched this whole thing. Usually I go on Rotten Tomatoes after to see if my thoughts aligned with the reviews and the public, but I forgot to do that. And the reviews are terrible and the public was lukewarm. 72% on Rotten Tomatoes from the public. They're usually easier. So maybe fans of the book weren't so thrilled with this movie. I personally think it's very entertaining.
Well, I mean, I think that both fans of the movie and the book and their boyfriends that were dragged to the movie wrote those reviews on Rotten Tomatoes, you
Hmm.
know?
Yep.
So I feel like that may be why it's kind of skewed. Because I know that there were a lot of people that got dragged to this movie, like my younger sister, who thinks this is the worst thing that's ever happened. My older sister and I dragged her to the movie, and she is a Rotten Tomatoes reviewer, so she probably left a review.
I'll search for her.
You know, you should.
I
Yeah.
don't know if you heard, I did Showgirls with one of my wonderful
Oh, yeah.
friends, Jess Jimenez,
Oh,
who
I heard it.
really loves the movie, even though she knows it's bad. Is that where we are with you? You love this movie even though you know it's bad?
Yes,
Okay.
absolutely. And I love the books, even though I know it's bad. I love the movies, even though I know it's bad. I mean, I like what's happening with Twilight. And when I know there's so many other things to talk about when it comes to like the story, and everybody always is thinking, why do you like Twilight? I love vampire fiction. It's one of my
Hmm.
favorite things. Twilight is the only vampire you want to be. You don't want to be an Anne Rice vampire. You don't want to be a Buffy vampire. You definitely don't want to be a True Blood vampire. But you want to be a Twilight vampire. They have superpowers and they're indestructible, and nothing can hurt them. And all you got to do is just like avoid the government, and you're fine. Just don't piss off the government. And as a mid-level career employee, I'm really good at avoiding the government, so my life wouldn't change that much. I don't think my wife could be a vampire. I would probably have to eat her, but
Okay.
she just couldn't deal with it. You know her.
Okay.
She would
Yeah.
not be a good vampire. I'd be
No,
fine.
no, she
Yeah,
would suffer no fools.
yeah.
I read a fun book, little sidebar here. I can't think of the darn title and it's upsetting me. Like the Real Housewives battle the vampires. It's a southern
Okay.
the Southern Book Club battles the vampires. What?
Oh,
Ugh. I can't think of what it is, but
I need you
it
to
was
send me
very
that. It sounds
entertaining, and the
great.
premise is this group of women in the South have a book club, and they invite their new neighbor in, and he's mysterious,
Ooh,
and spoiler, he's a
and
vampire.
sexy, I'm assuming, and
No, it's not
blonde.
really, like, sexy.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
I mean, some of it
okay.
is sexy, but they start to discover who he really is, and, of course, the
Mhm.
husbands think, "You're getting carried away, ladies. Calm down, you hysterical women in the South."
I'm
But
assuming
it's a
there's a line
really
of, "Can I get
fun
you something to drink?" "No, thank you." I'm assuming, but like a your blood wink.
Yeah.
"No, thank you." That
It's a
happens.
it's a fun
Please
mashup,
let
and I
me
can't
know
remember
what
the
that
darn
is.
name.
Think about it. Please send that to me. I am really excited to read that because that sounds
Okay.
right up my alley.
If anybody
Love it.
listening knows, I read it, I talked about it with a lot of people. Tell me the title, please, or I'll look it up. I'll find it. Edward says, "What if I'm not the hero? What if I'm the bad guy?" And she says,
Oh,
"That's just what you're presenting." And it makes me cringe because
so good.
teenage girls are so stupid and our powers of denial are so strong.
Hmm.
He'll change for me. He'll be
So
right.
good.
Ugh.
So toxic. But that's the thing, right? It's just a perfect portrayal of a teenage girl, right? And it's not every teenage girl, but I feel like Stephanie Meyer just wrote about herself as a teenage girl, and you got to respect that. You can feel that she was literally writing herself as a junior in high school, falling in love with somebody that wanted to eat her, and I love that for her, as somebody who, as a writer. I mean, I would love to tell you that the main character of my book is not me at 16, but it is,
Uh-huh.
and you gotta do that. And it's so great because I feel like that line also just is exactly the way she acts the rest of the movie.
Yeah.
Is
Just
he won't kill me,
right.
I'm
No,
different.
I have faith in you. I believe
Yeah,
in you. I'm not afraid of you. And then, yeah,
yeah,
it's ridiculous.
it's
It's very
amazing.
Stephanie Zanoni in the best movie ever made,
Oh,
Grease 2.
so we should have a real conversation. Grease 2 is better than Grease 1. I know that's a hot
Thank
take.
you. Thank
I
you.
know there are a
It's
lot
the
of people.
correct take.
Grease
Thank you.
2 is better than Grease 1. To be continued, we should have this conversation later. But I
Yes,
agree.
bring
Yes.
it. If you agree or disagree, please leave a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts and let me know what you think. If
Hmm.
because I'm strongly Grease 2.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Also, another deal breaker. I just watched the 30 Rock. That's a deal breaker, ladies. She's on a date and he doesn't order anything. Mm-mm. No, no, I'm done.
I mean,
Food is
you
too
know,
important and it's such a part of who I am and who we are.
yes. Yeah. Well, I mean, that's part of the mystery. It's like, oh, why is he not eating? This doesn't make any sense. Everybody eats food, or do they? You
Right.
know, it's just part of the puzzle that she's going to put together about
I know, but
Edward being
he
so
takes her
interesting
out
and
to
different.
dinner and he's like, "No, nothing for me, thanks. Come
Yeah.
on. Come
Hmm.
on." They
Yeah.
shot that scene in Port Angeles, where I have
Yes.
been, and I
Have
have
you
been
really?
and I have made out with a bison. What does that do for
Oh,
you? They have an amazing safari where you can
okay.
drive through and feed
Okay.
bread to the animals, and the bison, I think it was a bison, came right up and was licking me, and I was laughing so hard. It
That's
was the
cute.
funniest looking creature, and I loved it so much.
Okay,
So
yeah, that's amazing.
I love Port Angeles.
Like a big furry cow kind of
Y
thing.
Huge, that
Yeah,
massive tongue.
love
Uh,
that.
so she's starting to piece it together because Bella's a smart cookie, and she buys a book, so she knows he might be a vampire.
One book. The
So
book.
she says,
Yeah.
this is her inner monologue. Huh, my new boyfriend might be a vampire. I'm going to go to the woods by myself and figure this out.
Hmm.
Right. So he
Yeah.
follows her into the woods. Bella, you're a dumbass. What are you doing?
There's no other place they could have had that conversation,
Right.
Mandy. Where are they going to have that conversation? In public? at a Starbucks in the cafeteria where there are witnesses?
A
Absolutely
Starbucks
not.
and Forks?
You know,
No.
when you find out the guy you love is a vampire who kills people, the best place to confront him is with no witnesses in the middle of the woods.
Yeah.
Everybody knows that. There's
I
no, it's just perfect.
I couldn't agree more. It's such a dumbass
So
move.
good.
It is the typical Stephanie Zanoni, I'm gonna get on the
So
back of
good.
the bike with a stranger whose face I've
Yeah.
never seen, no helmet.
Yeah.
At its heart, this movie is just about a dumb teenage girl thinking she can change a bad boy.
Yeah. Pretty much. Yeah. And
You're welcome,
it's
everybody. I summed it
yeah,
up.
100%, except everybody is. And the weirdest part about it is, I know that the Cullens are the like supposed to be the prettiest. It's a small town where everybody is very pretty and very
Yeah.
friendly and
Yes.
seemingly unracist. I love the idea of this town and I just love the way that, Bella approaches the situation. Not and there's so many other things to discuss about her as a character, her flaws and her foibles, but at the end of the day, Bella as it is portrayed by Kristen Stewart, I think it's like watching like a pile of mayonnaise deliver these lines written by somebody who like wrote this fan fiction and millions of people read it and are obsessed with it, and it's just really amazing entertainment, you know.
Do you think she can act? I mean, have you seen her be good? I've seen her be fantastic in other things, and I didn't think she was bad. I'm surprised to hear you call her a pile of mayonnaise.
So I love mayonnaise on all of my sandwiches. They have mayonnaise. It's not like mayonnaise is a bad thing. It's just she was so young. It was so early in her career, and I feel like the way that the character is written, it's not that Kristen Stewart is a pile of mayonnaise. The character is,
Okay.
and the character is so. It's just a series of one-dimensional characters and the so as you watch more of Twilight, my favorite part about the whole series is if you want to, we don't need to go fully deeply into it, but as the series progresses, you start to get these world-class actors. Like Michael Sheen is in it, Christopher
Really?
Heyerdahl is in it, Lee Pace is in it, and you
Okay.
get these like BAFTA winners, Emmy winners, these world class like talent in Twilight, and everybody at the beginning is so down here, and all of them, you just watch these people just require themselves to get to right here, and it is just an incredible thing to watch, and it is just not good
Okay.
in just the best way. It's just fantastic. Can't recommend it enough.
Okay.
Yeah,
Next time I get a cold. Uh,
yeah.
I'd like to take a very quick break to tell you it's called The Southern Book Club's Guide to Slaying Vampires by
Oh,
Grady Hendrix, and he has written other mashup, supernatural fun things.
I'm gonna have
It's
to read
fun.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Back to behind the scenes drama. They
Yes.
became a real couple for a very long time, right?
Hmm.
Uh, Kristen Stewart and Robert Pattinson.
Yeah.
What do you know? Didn't she do something bad?
I don't know anything about that.
Oh,
Like I figured
oh,
I don't actually know what happened between those two. I can't imagine. I mean, when they got together, I don't think anybody thought that was, you know, it doesn't
I bet
really
it
seem,
lasted
you
4
know,
years
I mean, that's actually pretty long
in Hollywood,
in
yeah.
Hollywood standards. But I mean, I remember seeing the tabloids back in, that was where we got the news. You're at the
Right.
supermarket and you
Yep.
saw the star. Oh, they're together, and now they're not. But I mean, I didn't really see that being a long term thing.
Oh, I
You
thought you were
know,
gonna tell me all the dirt, but
I'm
I'll
so
have to
sorry.
well,
I don't have any dirt on that. I'm sorry. I wish
that's
I
okay.
did. Yeah.
Speaking of teen angst and drama, she says she knew she was unconditionally and irrevocably in love,
So good. Just
right?
why? Just it's
And
great.
And then she goes to meet the family, and they arrive at this Frank Lloyd Wright looking glass box in up in the mountains. Only killers could live in a house like this.
Such an awesome house. I mean,
It's a beautiful
there's
house, but come on.
it's from an Ashley Judd movie where she's not making it out unless somebody dies. You've seen that movie. That's
Yeah.
most Ashley Judd movies where only she's walking out but covered in blood. And anybody that is driven up to that house, we all want to say, "Oh my God, that house is amazing," but
Mm,
nobody has that house, you know?
no, only killers.
Oh yeah.
And then they play baseball, and not even being vampires could make baseball interesting for me.
I
Just
mean,
me?
how is that not one of the most like thrilling portrayals of a baseball game? For me, what it is, it's when Alice, like when she does her pitch wind up and then the ballerina leg point. For me,
Hmm.
I've seen that movie a million times. I laugh every time. What it's such a choice. It's just such a choice.
And then the rival vampires, are they vampires?
Oh,
The
they're
rivals?
vampires.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
they're
they arrive
vampires.
on the scene, and they're about to
Mhm.
get in a fight, and they all crouch.
West
And
Side Story, Jets
yes, West
versus
Side
Sharks.
Story, that's what I
Yeah.
wrote in my
Is
notes.
that
LOL, West Side Story, they all just
You're
crouch,
just waiting for them to
and
just go.
nobody moves. Who's gonna jump first?
You're just
Yeah.
waiting for the snap to happen.
Da-da-da-da. It was really funny. It's
So good.
laughable.
It is. And there's so many moments in this movie where something happens and you know it's supposed to be just intense and dramatic and you just laugh. And there's nothing you can do except just laugh your ass off because you can tell they were really trying to make this like a moment. And it's just not like it's like in the moment where he takes off his shirt and then he starts glimmering and
Mhm.
this is the face of a killer. You laugh every single time. I don't know how you can. It's and that scene specifically is just it's very well executed in the way that they want you to really think it's a big deal and you're just laughing every time. So
But
good.
it's so pretty, and he's like, "Look what I really am." And it's like,
And,
"Good.
oh,
You're beautiful. You're sparkly and
yeah,
smooth. Not a
I
hair
wouldn't
on
go to
his
the
body."
I wouldn't go to the Grove, like that because people would call the cops. But yeah, you're very pretty. I think it's great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. I have a pet peeve that happens in this when the bad guy, Cam Gigante, is that his name?
Yeah.
The blonde who wants her dead. Like, they're like, "He's gonna find you. We have to leave town." Like,
Oh
he's
yeah.
gonna find you no
James.
matter what. James.
James.
So
Yes.
James lures her in. He's very
Yeah.
clever, and he pulls a complete Dr. Evil. Instead of just biting her neck and eating her,
Hmm.
he decides to taunt her, videotape her, play with her emotions, and I wrote, "This is so Dr. Evil. Why do bad guys capture their prey and not just kill them?"
So, my 4-year-old just saw The Incredibles for the first time. You
Okay,
know how the Frozone and Mr. Incredible, and then they go, and then he starts monologuing. That's exactly what it is. Just you should just eat her and then run away. And he
right.
just they it's oh, I'm always reminded of that. Just then and then he starts monologuing because it's like, come on, man, just kill her. Don't
Yep.
destroy this very beautiful, beautiful ballet studio that I would love to send my daughter to. Like, and they just burn it down. It just
Oh,
destroys
the
it. It's
shame.
very sad. It's very stereotypical villain
Yes.
behavior. You know.
And I'm assuming he does not come back for other installments because they really
Oh,
kill him.
they no, they kill him.
Yeah.
That's how you die as a vampire. This is what
Okay.
I'm talking about. The only thing that can kill you is other vampires. So as long as you're not a douchebag, you're gonna live forever. And he was being a douchebag, so they ripped off his head and ripped all of his limbs off and burned him down in a ballet studio.
It's
Like you do.
ironic that you can't be a douchebag. I mean, you are essentially killing people or sentencing them to eternal hell being a vampire,
Yeah.
but there are rules of civility to that.
That's right. Well, they have their own rules that don't involve not killing a bunch of human beings. That's not being a douchebag. That's just survival. You just got to kill people because that's your food. But
Mhm.
don't be a douche to other vampires, and you'll be fine. But he was being a douchebag, so they brutally killed him, and
Yep.
you kind of see the whole thing happen, you know.
Yeah, it's,
Yeah, it's great.
I'm glad he
Yeah,
died, he bugged me, but
yeah.
I wish
Mhm.
he hadn't taunted her and, you know, that's the
Yeah.
only part of this movie that's a little unbelievable to me. The
That
rest feels like a real documentary.
the rest of it is just exactly what happens. Just that
Yes.
part. You'd be like, no, he would just kill her and then leave, is what you're
Yes,
saying.
exactly.
Got
So
it.
we are coming towards the end of our time. I'm gonna do my business, and then we're gonna talk about other famous actors that were considered for these roles and what we think of that, and I'll give you a chance to get any last words in about Twilight.
Yeah.
Is that fair?
Sounds great.
Okay, Make Me a Nerd is a production of True Story FM Engineering by the peerless Pete Wright. My theme song is Wonderstruck by Jane and the Boy. And please, please leave that review on Apple Review, 5 stars. I'm looking at you, Ben Raffle. And uh, reach out to me on socials at Mandy_Kaplan_Clavens, both with K's on Instagram, or I'm on TikTok now at Mandy Miscast. If you are feeling extra supportive and you want your episodes ad-free and early, please go to makemeanerd.com/join. Hitting that join button means the world. You become a member, you get your episodes ad-free and early, and you help me keep the lights on. So, Ben, if anybody wants to reach out to you, if they are in fact Team Jacob and they want to pick a fight, do you have a social you'd like to give out, or do you want me to filter those through me?
I would like you to filter
Yeah,
them. I'm sans social
great.
currently.
Good for you. So you are probably
I'm so bored.
mentally healthier than the rest of us.
I'm so bored. I should go back, but I don't know.
No.
I'll let you know how that goes.
Oh, stay away. Okay. Well, I am always fascinated as I'm watching a movie, especially one that became so huge. Well, who
Yeah.
missed out? Who was
Mhm.
considered and didn't get it? And Jennifer Lawrence was considered and then immediately rejected. She is too badass to play Bella, I think.
Oh yeah. And too three-dimensional of an actress.
Wow.
She would have
Oh,
brought way too much to the character, I
shots
think.
fired. Kristen Stewart,
Yeah.
if you're listening, please, I'll give you Ben
You know,
Raffle's number.
please do. Look, Kristen, you did great with this character. There's not a lot going on with this character. You know, I don't
Yeah.
think it requires a lot of range as an actress.
Um,
Yeah.
other people who were considered who I think would have plugged in beautifully are Lily Collins, Michelle Trachtenberg, and somebody named Emily Browning that I don't know.
I don't know who that one is.
And
Okay.
then for Edward, uh, Josh Peck, which is strange. He's like a Nickelodeon kid or a Disney kid.
Yeah. So he was the chubby one on Drake and Josh and
Yes.
had like a serious glow up. And now he is just a svelte, handsome Jewish kid.
Okay.
And when I say kid, I think him and I are both, pushing 40. I think we're the same age, but I
Right.
think he would have been fine,
Uh,
probably.
Dustin Milligan from Schitt's Creek, who I love, and he
Oh,
said
that would have been
he
good.
auditioned for Edward, but joked he didn't get it because he didn't have a British accent. Because the
That, I
other
mean,
person that was heavily considered was Henry Cavill.
oh yeah, he's also
Very
um
British.
well, that's a hard one because Robert Pattinson, I know he gets a lot of heat for playing Edward. He is a phenomenal
Mhm. Actor.
actor. He is like an
He's so
amazing
good, he could be an
talented.
actress. Yeah.
He is. Honestly, I would believe it if he played his own sister. He is so talented
Yeah.
that everybody just considers him to be this weirdo that played Edward. But if you watch any of his other movies, which I'm
Oh,
sure
no,
you
I
have,
think he's done
he is
quite well.
great. Yeah.
And his American accent is really good, and I'm really picky
Yep. It's
about
on
those
point.
things.
Yeah.
Anything else you need to get off your chest about Twilight? Final
I mean,
thoughts from Ben Raffle.
final thoughts about Twilight. So, look, I understand that everybody needs to have deep, strong nerd opinions, right? It's what makes nerds great is that they have rants and rave about almost anything having to do with this culture, right? What I will tell you, I am a person that just likes stuff. Mandy, I mean, I go to Miscast and I know all the songs. I'm a huge musical theater nerd. I'm a sci-fi nerd, a fantasy nerd. Just if you're looking for a one-dimensional good time with no, you don't need any just heavy drama and you're not expecting anything. You just need a good old-fashioned, you know, cute movie that will not impact your life in any way, positive or
Or
negative,
force you to think.
or force you to think at all. If you need a light switch for your brain and Love
Yep.
Island is over, put on Twilight. Love Island is so good. If you want, we can talk about that ad nauseum. But highly recommend Twilight. I mean, it's not. It is what it is. Just take it. It's awesome. And Mandy, if you do watch the other ones, we should totally chat about it. Doesn't need to be here, but I have a lot to say about the rest of this.
Okay. All right. Challenge maybe accepted. I
Yeah.
I like this movie. It is harmless, and I don't know that am interested in much more of the Twilight world, but if I did get a cold, I wanna try The Summer I Turned Pretty. I Your wife loves that, and it's been
Yes.
recommended to me, and maybe Twilight, the second one.
Or don't, and that's fine too. You know,
Okay.
or
Okay.
like, or
Wow.
do. Just if do or don't. If you have nothing else going on, there's nothing else on TV, and Twilight comes on, just give it a watch.
All right.
You'll like it.
There
Yeah.
there's the passionate
Yeah.
recommendation. Ben Raffle, thank
Thank
you
you.
so much for doing this.
Thank
You
you,
are
Mandy, for having
wonderful.
me.
I love chatting with you, and thank you all for listening. Until next time.